Absolutely.
Having said that, though, take a look at the pistol round here. Loud look like they're set up for a very empty A site. This could end up being a bit of a retake just in round one.
All grouped up. Ramp is the goal. Skydog's going to be paving the way. Maybe some space to be granted to them, but no, they change the directory and their sight's set now towards the site.
Trip broken.
And here it is. Satchel's in play. Obviously, it's an open site entirely for them, so they're going to be able to get the plant down with no problems at all, but it's a 5v5 retake now, and they're fast of it. Dog
so
cancelled.
Yeah.
He has cancelled the dog with that one.
That's pretty sick. I mean, decent post-line positioning as well from Loud. They're not all just grouped up claustrophobic on the site. This fight for A ramp is going to be massive, and
oh, that's not good.
He drops.
Some proction a util just to clear him out of that corner, and the smoke is really pesky as well. They can't get through this one. QCK has to try and make something of this one, but already just assaulting onto the side as well. Telsis is just defusing. He's sticking this all the way, and no one is home. Sentinels with the pistol out. Yes, I mean, consolation prize at the end with the kills from Les, but okay. What a beginning.
Tens with a nice smoke there onto the spike towards the end. Not even mattered though, because Loud positioned so many players off-site over towards ramp. They just couldn't refight for heaven. When you plan for heaven there, you're hoping that you can take ramp control, get up to heaven and play the post plant from that angle. And Sentinels flooded down ramp with so many people. Only John coming through screens. I think both of these teams though, looking like they've got good ideas, good protocols of how they want to approach.
Not slowing down here. Rapid take of the B main control.
Yeah, but at the same
just
time,
an eco.
Yesterday and today, we're seeing teams barely invest into these second rounds. Oh, apart from Cloud9.
Oh, Cloud9 were doing it relentlessly.
Cloud9 was still force buying like they hadn't seen the meta shift. But all the other teams seem like they're fairly content to just let people go up 2-0 after winning the pistol.
Ooh, double face of the classic, still dangerous. On the 1-for-1.
And they're sneaking out. They're sneaking out.
Yeah, all the way through. The flash does connect though. Sassy almost caught it away. He's low though, and the damage! Holy, okay. John QT seeking to equalize it, maybe make it a little bit more even. There's a lot of damage being done to these Loud players. We're going to have to get this plant down, pushing the position close quarters with the Stinger. 2 years favored with it. Down to just the one itself. Doesn't stand a chance.
Loud just with classics in hand have been able to mop the floor with Sentinels. What a gorgeous call to contact out through the B main smoke. Sassy was caught with his pants around his ankles, so I have no clue what was happening there. And this double face into B Heaven to set it all up was beautiful teamwork, showcasing that, you know, if Loud maybe want to play more of a team-oriented style rather than trying to load things into their due list, they have definitely got the skills and the discipline and the practice to make that work. Sentinels now reeling classics back for them. Economy completely flipped.
Fully reset. Here we go, nade sent flying here. Boombot to the side just in case it plays that close. There's another nade to deny that space just for a choke point, but are they going to slow it down? Question laid out now for Loud. Instead, over into ramp, into heaven. Feeling it out. A lot of noise being made by Sentinels. They might not want to walk into this one thinking it's a stack.
They would be right.
Exactly. So still just picking them apart though, playing it nice and slow here, looking for the easy pick-offs. Lucky to get that kill, but okay, 2 years, adjusting it.
Good read.
And everybody topples.
Very well done by Loud there. There was certainly danger. Sentinels had all 5 players in places where they could have caused chaos. 3 on site, 2 pressuring from vents, and Loud were slow, making sure that they didn't fall into any of the defender utility, didn't run into crossfires, just meticulously picked apart what SEN were going for.
Tens. Still gets it.
Well, there we go. The classics are doing work today.
Yeah.
Tell you what though, off the back of this weird flip-flop of the economy, we now get our first rifle round, but there's a big difference. And it's that Loud are so much closer to their ults than they would otherwise have been, right? Normally in your first rifle round, you're not gonna be anywhere near getting Seekers or a Breach ult online, where actually Loud, with 1 kill, a plant, you know, maybe an ult orb, they're really fairly close to having a massive ult online that could instantly put Sentinels back down onto an eco.
Yeah. Bit of congestion here towards mid. Orb dropped. QCK hoping he can get a freebie just for the spam.
This is less contesting over towards A ramp alone.
while the rest of his team takes early B main control. And Sentinels have changed where the Cypher's playing. John Cutie was playing A in most of these early rounds, but now round 4 swaps over to B. The cam's already been broken. So Loud will now know where the Cypher setup is, and Sadak seems to be calling for Kawenzine to pick up the spike and head back over to A.
No ground gain though by Les.
Look at the rotation from Sentinels. They think it's over towards B, partly because that cam's been broken, partly because of this take of B heaven.
Yep, setting out this util is going to make them really think about it. But Zekken, well, rips the head straight off QCK. Stunts the push entirely, which was intended to pull players over towards the B site. Now A, it's just Sassy really close onto the angle here. There's going to be util meeting him wide, running backwards, wants to retreat and really regroup with the rest of his team here, but they have given up a lot of the site and heaven.
Get him.
And an ult online for Zekken. Maybe that showstopper can be it.
Planted.
And an ult now online for Kawenzine, bro.
Yeah, okay.
They could use it towards screens here. Might be murderous.
Paranoia showstopper. There's the ult straight into the sky. Flashed up. Dodge. Zekken still holding for now. Biding his time, but finally brings down Kawenzine, thinking he was safe round to the side. Here we go. Sadak, he's late for it. Is he going to be planted for him onto heaven? He needs to win that fight out, and he does with 2 years by his side. Heal online as well. One more play, but Zekken's defusing. Zekken's defusing. Zekken's defusing. Nothing to stop it. The molly too late.
Very reminiscent of the pistol round there. Again, Sentinels being able to just stick the defuse on A. Loud have clear post-plant ideas, but the battle over A-ramp and heaven is being contested so heavily by SEN that Loud don't get heaven control. They don't get that angle to spam the spike. If Les had thrown his snakebite just, a fraction of a second earlier, though, that entire round could be different. I think this round's so interesting, too, because Sadak out-called John Cutie, but they don't win the round off the back of it.
Yeah. We're beginning to, we are rapid off the approach of a lot of these rounds. There's an opening, okay. Tens denying the space. Les was hoping he could catch a cheeky one.
No fast reaction anywhere else on the map from Loud, and Zekken's watching here. Boombot giving away his position, and they've smoked to try to get in, fake teleport. Tui's threatening that he could be inside that smoke, but John not buying it for a second. He's got trips inside the smoke. He's not worried.
Creeping and crawling all the way into heaven here. Trying to make no noise at all, just holding the appropriate angle. He met with 2 of them. Jiggled by Zekken. That's going to offload the nade. Push them back out of space. Okay.
They give up the switch setup and just trying to establish themselves onto A. This is the right call. Making the read.
A lot of rotations from SEN. They are really stacking us now with a lot of bodies here, but they're walking all the way up. Zekken still deals with Sadak still from the side as Kawenzine only just claims the kill. Eventually there in the end, still Tens. What a ridiculous move from him. It's 4 in the round. He seals it up.
That super precise aim coming into play there from Tens, winning his duel over towards ramp against one of the most mechanically gifted players in the world, and then mopping up another 3 as he goes to help his team on the opposite side of the map. It's going to be so fun to watch Tens in this new role, I think. He's talked about it adding more consistency to his play. I'm looking forward to the weird TikTok teleports all over.
Yeah, that's what we missed.
Anytime Tens is in the game, you are going to get highlights of that, because this guy's mechanical skill is through the roof.
That's nasty. We're already into the round as well. A couple of seconds being played. Smokes drop down, no real action. One thing to note here, B main control being given up pretty heavily by Sentinels. It hasn't been costing them though.
No, it hasn't. And I would expect to see Loud fighting more heavily over A ramp, giving less that the boombot, the blast packs, maybe the dog to work with as well, so that they secure A ramp at the start of the round. But instead, they've just kind of left the Viper over there, and I don't think Les is going to be able to contest.
I've got your trail.
Because popped off here towards mid. Maybe just in case it is a split, but it just pulls the util out, and it's a pause called by Loud. Pumping the brakes.
Look how passive these people are positioned over towards A. If Les had chosen this round to go for an aggro lurk.
This angle by Zekken could be disgusting. He's adjusting, still gets the one. Yeah, traded out though. But still, there's the really fight into B main. One more player though, 2 years tucked to the corner. He's got the best of him. QCK on top of it with a rocket.
Tens actually went for the ult there to try to get behind them in B main and had to cancel. So now Tens and Sassy are coming through the normal way. In a player disadvantaged situation. Tough for them. but they do have utility. Double flashes.
Close plan's really nice though. One player backside, one player heaven is flanking as well. Paranoia sent wide, doesn't connect. Chance for Sassy, but he needs to secure the kill, and they don't know where the rest of the players are. You can feel how difficult this is. They don't have a lot to work with. It's gonna have to be the double face, but here it is, the wraparound. Less the insurance policy. As I was discussing earlier, I mean, that post plan, as soon as Les is in that position with the wraparound, it's basically chalked.
These rounds are so interesting. I mean, Loud are focusing on trying to dismantle the way that Sentinels are holding on to B Heaven and B Main. This round, Zelsis decided to go aggressive in B Main and just didn't account for the second player being there.
Yeah.
And I think at some point Sentinels might have to try to hold on to B Heaven a little more. Loud are getting mid control and B Heaven fairly easily, but it is difficult to stop this comp because it has two initiators.
You see a pit into mid here. Loud, a lot of disrespect showcase. They are taking ramp control off the rip. Trying to set up though to meet them. A bit of a kill trip as well. Set up to spam that if somebody did walk into it. Might not be expected for Loud.
Some of the plays that you want to make when you take a ramp control like this involve pinching the person in vents. That's really tough when there's a Viper's pit there.
There's
into the trap.
Yeah, trap wire. Did the job, didn't it? Despite the fact that I think it got pinged out, there's another one straight through the choke as well. Dealt with not quite. Second. Flash didn't connect. Les is in the site now, but they don't have heaven control. This is really quite awkward. TP into the back of the site. That's 2 years. So gaining a bit of ground. They don't have the spike there, though.
No, all of this focus on A Heaven has allowed them site access, but like you said, they've got to get Kawanzin in.
They've got to cross. TP up close, holding the nade! Not anticipated. There's the kill. Running away now. Retreating back to the team. Lovely trade by Sassy, I think, through the smoke. And Zelsis wrapped all the way through. There's Sadak dealt with. Now you just have to contest with this pit.
The spike is not inside the pit either.
Bit of an unusual one. Got broken. Could come down to just RNG spamming all the angles, hoping for an easy kill. Ollie to the side. Paranoia now. Sent flying here. What is the call for Sentinels? They need something on board. That is it. Surely the impetus to win the round. Kawanzin cannot do it all.
End of the day, that paranoia from TenZ might have made the difference. There was a huge amount of utility being poured into the pit, but it was the flash that actually pushed Les all the way back and into the corner. And once he tried to get back into his own pit, Zelsis was there to cover. Bit of a mistake there from QCK, who otherwise has been playing very well. Tight with the team, good coordination. Just gave his life away a bit too easily against a trapwire that, as you say, Grant, I think they already knew was there. But that was a tough round because Zelsis denied the mid-control with the pit. That's not a tool that Sentinels now have access to again. But Sadak continues to shift his ideas. Instead of taking A ramp, now they go back to an early take of B main.
Flashes on both sides here, just trying to set their players up. Do have that B main control. Feels like Loud are working with infinite money, almost. Another buy.
TenZ has just used both of his smokes within the first 15 seconds. He is quite vulnerable on B right now, because he can't throw one for himself or for the choke point.
Holding the paranoia. Open the jump spot, we'll see it. Stun, does it force anything out? Yeah, here's the satchels now. He is in danger, not quite. He is the danger, apparently.
Yeah, well played. Just being able to stop that from being a threat right as his smokes come back online.
Stalled them entirely. Seeker's used just in case. 50 seconds left into the round. Room to pivot, but okay.
I think the Trailblazer blocked half of those bullets.
Yeah, meeting it head on. Only 3 players left standing now. Loud. Probably going to be resorting to contact plays or maybe even saving. 2Us does have money to buy for the next, but still going for this.
Les is lurking out B main.
Wow, what a shot. He was pre-aiming for the jump spot still. Onto the site there, Sassy, only the one to be gained, and a reposition by TenZ now. Into the B main control plant, just a tap, seeing what it can force out. There he is, in and out of hiding. TenZ is making it so damn difficult for them. Satchel pushing him into the sidelines of the rest of the team. 5 for 3. High octane round so far, Josh.
And a high IQ play from TenZ as well. Instead of choosing to just stand and fight, they give B, but he secures a really important position where he's playing a crossfire from the rest of his team who are going to be over towards CT. I mean, awesome round by TenZ. Unconventional, and I think that's what you've got to expect from him on Omen. He uses both smokes right at the start and then uses his paranoia and teleports to win the rest of the round. Flashy and creative.
Yeah.
And now Sen is starting to pull away. Loud's economy is knocked down.
Getting more and more difficult. And the ults get built up as well on the opposing side. Through mid here, Salak's taking so much damage, it's being covered. Ten's collecting an easy one there. Stun. Forced him away. Paranoia. Just about missing here.
And I think Ten's had to dodge that flash too. I believe the stat was from last year, he was the least flashed player. Like he could turn the flashes
Reaction
most mechanically out of all the players.
Yeah.
Cracked.
2 years. Always found himself deep within. Fox in the burrow. Here's the count, John QT.
Cage triggered.
Chance there. More than chance. Assist on the high ground. Will deny any entrance towards A with the spike drop down. It's a freebie, granted. Sen should be winning this round now. Let's just hoping to try and do some damage maybe to the economy.
Which is flourishing for Sen.
Yeah.
They've had a bunch of rounds here in a row, knocking Loud down. And it should be mentioned too, I think the map pool here is amazing for Sentinels in the series overall. In the off-season, from what we've seen of Sentinels, they were 4-0 on Split this off-season, and then they've been 7-1 on Sunset, the decider map. So if you're a Sen fan, you're looking at maps 1 and 3 thinking, we should have this.
It's almost home territory. I mean, of course, it's the double-edged sword where you've given away footage over the course of the off-season. Loud could have done their homework. It's probably the reason they let Sunset through. But so far, it hasn't been going according to their plan. Ult online for Kawazine.
Yeah, of course, one of the other strategies that they could go with the breach out is just to send it and try to win the post plants out. They haven't been able to get the plants down with some level of success.
Holding the stunner position for Ram, flash. And here we go, forces out the showstopper, just really clipping the heels of Les.
Very good bait there. Loud knew that that was coming.
Good protocols in mind. Backing away, even got the sky heal as well, so Les is back up to 100. Well, taking a mosey at mid, it's QCK. Granted a lot of space here.
And these are the kind of timings where Sentinels are tending to fall back on A instead of holding aggro positions.
Maybe this is the read.
Yeah, Loud are getting a lot of space for free.
Just walked all the way into heaven. Now the trip's broken, so they're aware that there's at least one player here, but other than that, they've cut noise entirely.
And Sen have got 4 people on B. They're so happy to play retake A.
Post dropped. Ooh, trip, counter spam. John QT almost getting punished for it. Here we go, trying to walk in. Zekken, he's out wide here. Sahek trying to get the plan off. In the meantime, QCK, he will fall. Zekken retreating. Regrouping.
So now, the post plan. It's been going wrong for Loud. Sentinels have been able to deny them heaven control and then stick the defuse. Loud have got to make sure that can't happen again.
All grouped up, need to show no hesitancy here because they still have that breach shot. Rolling Thunder going to be doing work if they take their time. So Sen Knight is going to move on. Zekken, again, man, just pressing W and somehow just ripping the heads off these enemies all over the place. Still low, a single shot will do it too. Is with the whiff as well. Celsius, he wins his fight out. Still going to worry about these players though. Ducked onto the side, that's Kawazine, a flash up top, but it's smoked off. Tens sticking to the fuse, running into it. Kawazine, that's 3, that's 4. Will he get the ace? Yes, he will.
What a round from Kawazine when his team needed it the most. That looked like the same thing was going to happen again. If Kawazine had not been able to delete people as they swung through that smoke, there is every chance that Sen would have just been able to crowd it, stick it. They did such a good job of flooding into site, denying heaven control. All the retake protocols worked. Just Kawazine had a monster round.
Yeah. That's our eye by power ace as well. Follow him on socials, giving away a PC for every single ace in VCT Americas. Good beginning here, it's a 6-4. Loud feeling like they're rejuvenated, I think, a little bit back into this.
And so they've established Les in an advanced position here, but they haven't stayed with him after the dog has been used. I mean, Sassy still has dog here. Les is so vulnerable to being flushed out. How do they think they're going to get away with this?
I've got your
Paranoia. Trying to fight him now, double faced up. Yeah, he's just caught into the corner.
There's just no way. He needs more help until Sassy uses the dog.
They're just walking up here. It's being held, Kawazine. Needed to hit that shot. If he didn't win that out, that would have been troubling. Although catching that one, aware of Sadak at least. Maybe making some noise. And another chance here. Celsius removed.
Shadows
3v3 now. Again, into the post plan. Sen all grouped up into heaven. Oh, jumping in with the shorty! Just taking it straight to him.
That's so good. What a read. Perfect play.
Played this one out, though. Are they aware where the rest of these players are?
Exactly. Kalamazini's still in that anchor's position where he was able to win the round before.
GCK close. Second, 36 health. Just pausing for about a moment. They haven't cleared it. No way!
What a win.
It's going wide!
That's a tragedy. One of the first moments where you're questioning QCK, otherwise having a fairly good game. But Loud had chances still to win that in the 2v3 if they'd held on for just a moment longer. And yet both avenues of that defense crumbled at the same time.
In the half.
This has been very back and forth, but at the end of the half, Sen might again find another way of pulling ahead. Because now Loud's economy is in a bad spot. I gotta say, Sentinels' protocols on how they're retaking A look
Really
sublime.
good. Yeah.
They look so good.
Noticing that in the offseason. Clearly putting a lot of time into it. Just pausing in the right moments. Nobody getting ahead of themselves, overheating.
Yeah, having a great idea of where Loud want to fight over, denying them control of that.
Yeah, and now final round of this first half. Celsius is built up to another pip, second one. Sentinels are really good at adjusting their defensive protocols as well. When they have the pit online, that's a fast approach. Grip in his face, doesn't walk into it! John is so damn aware! Almost getting a triple! Sadak being bursted down. An attempt to try and as well push Celsius out of this pit! What is that? Ridiculous!
What is this round? John and Celsius just whacking people through smokes. If Loud had any hope in this round, it got dashed instantly. Choking, man.
Might as well use it. Neural there through the wall. That's a flawless round.
What a half. You definitely saw what Loud were going
Switching
for.
sides.
They found a lot of success in being able to get to sites. They were using their composition fairly well, and they didn't get punished by, like, the lack of Sentinel particularly. At the end of the day, I think Sen just outclassed them there with that defensive half. I guess more of the question is, if Loud start playing aggro with double initiator on defense, does it change things up?
Well played, boys.
Holy Breach ain't doing that in the match, though. He ain't doing that in the match.
Set it down to the desk. We're breaking it all down for the second half. This pistol round is going to be bloody important. To be honest, for Loud, they have been really floundering when it comes to the gun rounds, the first kills. They've been losing in almost every metric. But a pistol, fresh start now as we get into it.
Very cautious beginning here from Sen, not wanting to step into any kind of trap play in mid. You've got to be cautious about that when you're playing against a breach. But at the same time, Loud don't have Sentinel utility to trigger it off, so it's got to be off someone's contact.
Potentially the flash, if it does connect. Sadak's jump spotting for now, though.
Yeah, I mean, this little attempt at a trap setup should be off QCK's contact, but they think Sentinels are not even in mid. Sen are just hanging out in market, you know, perusing the goods, seeing what wares are on offer.
Taking a time with it.
40 seconds before they even decide to dog up mid.
Might come to bite them, but they do have B main control. Looks like that's going to be the goal now. Setting their sights towards it. Paranoia goes flying. QCK with a nade as well. Try and get them access and entry into the point here. Sen do have control of it, but no control of heaven. Might drop down, have to get the plan online. Looking a bit indecisive in terms of how they want to do it. Second, Smokes are going to start to fade.
30 seconds
Any minute
left.
now, yep. He just retreats into B main just in time. Sassy's out wide, alone. Doesn't really have any other help for this one. Loud might be just set up now for this retake. Flash dropping down, clearing one section of the site. This is getting precarious, it's getting tricky. Just a tap as well, seeing if they can force out a lot of the fire, a lot of the util. Once more, damage being done. Ten's a little bit confused, and to shoot his teammates. Double-faced. And Loud are cleaning them up now. This time, Sadak going for the stick. Smoke just about waiting all the way through. Connecting John QT. Gets the diffuser, but it's already half online. He just needs a bit of damage done. Bless. Get down, Mr. President.
The smoke timing there from Tui's as well bloomed just enough for them to be able to get the first half, and then he's able to jump in, finish off the other. And like you said, two really funny moments there. Ten's shooting his teammate in all of the kerfuffle as people were weaving in and out of smokes. But yeah, I mean, one of the big problems for Sentinels in the post plan is that they didn't have an additional threat. They didn't have anyone going for the late lurk.
Yeah.
They didn't have heaven control. They just ended up playing backside, B main, and then when Kawanzin and Sadak have two flashes between them, they can't really stop Loud from going for the retake. That was what Loud needed, though.
They really did. Gets them potentially back into the map, but even past this point, we're going to be expecting them to win this round. If they can win the bonus, even better. They haven't been good on the gun round, so jump spot. Seeing them all here, now making their moves as well. That's a stun, but right into the shotgun, it matters not. It matters not.
We said this in the first half as well. Oh yeah, they've only got pistols. It's only a classic.
Completely turned around after shock. Unfortunate for Kawanzin. Less.
What an aggro play.
Yeah.
Really smart. And at the same time now, Sentinels, John Cutie calling the pivot into B. The B players are pushed out main, and now they're wrapping around, so the flank is happening on the flank.
Flanks on flanks here. B main control has been wrapped around by Zekken again with the judge. On a plan though down towards main. Again, they have given over heaven control. It's unlikely anything that really comes from this round, but at least they get the plant money. Here's the Utah once more. One player slipped into spawn. Who's that? Is that Sassy?
Yeah.
Okay. That might be the difference maker. Exactly. And he's still there, waiting for the right time to strike here. Zekken taken out. Shot down, either way here with a paranoia sent flying. Tens was seeking to try and take an early fight here, and Sassy this entire time biding his time. No one has tapped onto the spike whatsoever, clearing it forwards. There's the one! Not quite!
It was a cute idea. And you can see that Sentinels are still trying to come up with ideas to win the round, despite massive economy disadvantages. But Loud have brought the lead back down to only 2. They're going for a bonus. Ooh. And this is what Les is known for, right? You heard Ender talk about it. The fact that he can anchor, he's an amazing anchor, but he's also going to choose his timings intelligently to push out beyond where you expect him to be.
I would watch party getting Loud. Push down mid. Aggressive is the play here. Paranoia flash. All being combined, and well, Sentinels will just run away. They're like, okay, they're taking the space. The call is made. React. Potentially take some A space.
I think they would have reacted had Les been hit by the Trailblazer, but he managed to dodge it. Now Kawanzin is in.
Oh, no way. No way. Kills have to be claimed here. Sentinels are just trying to walk their way in, but they don't have heaven control again. Les towards the back of the site. The Satchel's through it again. They don't have heaven control. Two's just going to be facing them. Zekken trapped into the corner. Out towards the site. Les, this guy is a demon. You can't remove him from it. And Tens and Zelsis are last 2 left. Try and pick up the pieces and make something of it.
Tens is trying to see over the top of the wall.
Got toxin screen down.
It's the health that's the problem as well.
Out to judge close quarters. Sadak about to turn him into mincemeat. All it takes is one shot. He's got 3 more in the chamber. There's the jump spot. There's the second. So 8-7, bonus round conversion for Loud is excellent. It's exactly what they needed. Start getting into the gun rounds as well. The economy's reset for Sentinels ever so slightly.
And that's a bonkers round from Les. It might not look like it because he really only gets 1 kill with the Sheriff, but the call was from Sentinels to try to react into A. And they were too scared of Les and any potential assistance that he might have to commit to it. They dilly-dallied for just a second too long like silly little geese. And unfortunately, Les and Kawanzin made them pay for it a little. They bought enough time for the rotates to come through and crushed Sen.
I would win this. You're almost granting them the lead. Outlaw purchase for Kawanzin. Potentially a big one with the amount of half armor targets. 1 shot to every single player on Sentinels.
They're trying to bait in B main, see if Sentinels will get lured into the trap. And then 2Es has a paranoia. The QCK, they've used it, they didn't catch anybody.
There it is, yep, there it is. Outlaw finding value.
And now Sassy wants nothing to do with it.
Absolutely.
He's like, right, well, we're getting one shot if we go to A. So let's not go to A.
The budget op working out.
And look, normally, your defense is really hampered without a Cypher to be able to get info. But actually, 2E's is just jiggle peeking this behind the Viper wall. They've got to push 2E's away from this angle in order to get anything done on B.
TP! 2 years!
Into the anchor position.
Yeah. Not expecting him to really take that space as fast. Still, it's Sentinels that have to do the most in this spot. A flash. Swains any chance of the fight. Sassy going to be falling as well. And as the smoke fades, there's 3 players to meet them. They are dropping like flies. Only left up to Zelsis.
30 seconds left.
Past his own wall, spots the one, sprays him down. But can he get any more? The answer's no. 8 to 8. And again, like I said prior, if Loud end up winning that, the economy for Sentinels now taking a tumble.
Super easy to
Yeah,
pick off.
massive hit. I mean, look, they didn't have a great economy even in the previous round. We were calling it out, double bulldog and a stinger. And it's not like they had a huge game plan or a set strategy that it looked like they really wanted to go for. It was designed to be possibly just a slow walkout B behind the Viper wall. I gotta say, I'm really impressed by Loud's teamwork. People were asking so many questions about what is this team gonna look like without Aspas setting the world on fire? Well, it's been drilled, disciplined, triple facing towards the end there.
Making good time, I think, of all the scrims that they've had.
Cover going out.
It's fast by Sen once more. They're sending the Paranoia up towards heaven. Only one player on ramp, though. That's second. Now onto the site. Stunned up. Flash over the top. Sadax just wondering for the right timing. It doesn't connect onto anyone, but now the smoke's decided to drop. And boom! QCK! He makes it go boom. Showstoppers there. They are falling and dropping all over the place here. Not a chance for Sen.
Loud now take the lead. After being down 8-4 at the half, they've not lost a single round on their defense. If you looked at their comp, double initiator, double smokes, and said, do you think this is an attack side comp or a defense side comp? I think most people would tell you, well, it probably has its best chances on attack, the way that it overwhelms. But they're kind of smothering Sentinels. Sen now with their biggest chance. Huge ultimates available. The economy in a tender spot. They've got to win.
Yeah, this is where you really have to try and convert. Close to the corner. You told her, okay, Paranoia.
Too late.
Yeah, a little bit delayed.
If the Paranoia had come through just a fraction earlier from 10s, they probably would have picked up at least one of those.
So it's gone wrong once more.
Unless the player with some of the best crosshair placement with Vandals in the game has a judge in his hand and 5k credits.
I often just force the judge on this map.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
That behavior should be criminal.
Even when I have money for the rifle. It should be banning me. But it's just that good. Gives them control of Mail. Seekers. So he's pointing them in the right direction as to where Sentinels might be, but they're all grouped up into B main. Smoke now makes it even more difficult. 50 seconds left. When you're playing in a 4v5, your options are limited. They are running out quickly.
There's 45 seconds left. This almost looks like a save.
Yeah, it's feeling like it.
As mad as that sounds.
Unless somebody makes something happen.
It's these mid players that have got to make the difference. Without Zekken to be the tip of the spear, they need a split.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds.
Running down the clock. Walking in, and again, it's less
The
there
judge.
with the judge. Should be good for it. Only the one jumping over to the side. The flash doesn't connect. Pushing away though, Sen. Okay, 10s. He's actually going to be granted that space. And well, granted 2 kills. Towards the back of the side, it's still 2 years. He can't do enough. Could have been the difference maker, but there's plenty of time, at least 3 seconds left to get the plant and more. Okay.
Welcome to
John QT's even in a forward position, but he might not even be needed. The rest of the squad seems to have it handled.
Loud finally punished for not having that Cypher with the trips over towards B main. They couldn't watch all of the different areas that Sentinels are threatening with their Viper setup. Take a look at the later portion of this and how 10's got in. I think he's taken 3 bullets there as well, you know? And he's just walked his way in behind the Viper wall, through the smoke, slipped on in, and made the play. To save his team as well. That was an eco swing round, and he's given them their first attack side round here on Split.
Here we go, fast! Rocket! No kill, no connection, but this time it'll chase him down. A stinger, it does the job. Strikes hard in that scenario. Still up close. That's going to be bloody hell. That's awkward still. Zekken manages. They've gained access now. Entry towards the B site, and Heaven control is still there. John QT in this position, up onto the box. He's not shying away from it. Wants to take the fight straight to them. 2 players left standing. Good luck retaking.
Massive pace increase. We haven't seen anything like that from.
Oh, this is, I mean, this is absolutely orb maxing. Look at this.
They got time to run over to A and grab that one.
If they wanted to. I'm glad they're not, though.
So that's huge.
Yeah.
Gets the Seekers online for the next round. And Sen now in a great position. They're not going to do too much economy damage. Loud have still got that online. And I think this is the first round where we're seeing QCK with the op in hand.
It is, yeah.
Which neither team are opting for too much. Neither running the jet, you know, would have been previously an absolute staple of this map.
Yeah.
When you see Loud play it in the past with Aspas. QCK is no stranger to the op.
He's not, but it's in his best interest, I think, to just hide with it, not
Yeah.
reveal his hand.
Yeah, Sentinels don't know that it's even on the field.
If they're tracking the money, they might be aware, but...
I mean, in theory, maybe that was part of the reason why they accelerated so quickly in this round.
Yeah.
But I don't see how they could have quite got the lead, because Loud could have picked up an op at any point in the last few rounds.
Now they know.
They had so much economy.
Yeah.
But now that they know there's an operator there, going quickly like that, it works even better.
Yeah.
Sure, you don't have the Raze ult to be able to explode up mid and instantly take B heaven. But if you can figure out another way of being able to get up extremely fast and put pressure onto less in B heaven, there's a good chance.
Those opening picks, vital.
Good job. Fist bump. Let's go. Fist bump. Fist bump.
I think
That's the end of the round.
I think Zelsis is talking about it there.
He's talking about the op. He's saying, now we know.
Now we...
Op down mid. Blocking off one of the avenues. Will this be spotted out? I mean, most likely. Sen know it's on the field. That's a jumper spot. Watch for what? A peek. No wallbang though. No damage onto Zekken. Both flashes used. No, just the one.
Yeah, one and then one on the other side.
Yeah,
Both,
yeah.
you know, one to push the op away, one to get the op back on the line.
Yeah.
And then Tens, with his smoke, makes sure that Sentinels have some level of mid control. It's B that's been the danger. Because Zelsis is putting his wall over towards B at the start of the rounds, there's a constant threat that Sentinels could just be walking out. Like right now, Tuiz has no idea whether they're all the way through.
I've got your trail.
Here comes the Seekers that Sassy built up in the previous round.
Through mid, I think all of them got bursted down. Dog broken. Denying info for Loud. They are quite concerned about the B lurk. Still, probably waiting for the wall timing, yeah.
It looks like Loud want to fight mid and flush out the other side of this B hit.
Bloody hell, close to it. 2 years. Will he be able to get the second? Yes, he can. Collected and cleaned up.
Just individual skill there.
Yeah, no one's having to worry about it.
Now that they've dealt with the threat in mid, now they can focus on the B retake.
30
Just
seconds
standard,
left.
focusing all in one direction.
Their advantage granted to him.
It's going to take something special from Sen. And Zelsis might be trying to make the play.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to try and push the spawn, but no, just putting close to the corner. Tens.
Go get him.
Paranoia now. Here's the boom bot. Zelsis is pushing with this. This is absolutely insane. Just traded.
Like he was full blind with the op there and got the kill.
To Tens now.
Battle out.
Tight to the corner. That is ridiculous. The adjustment necessary now from him and second playing together. He's brought it now just to 2 years. TP close into the smoke, but it doesn't catch onto the spike. They're not going to be aware. He just taps it, but they can see it. Not sticking it. And there it is. What a play by Tens.
When QCK sets up that blast pack double peek, the theory is, well, they're not going to be able to kill the Rays because they can't hit inhuman flick shots. So the second player should be able to trade. Meanwhile, what is that?
Meanwhile, Tens is on the other team.
Yeah.
My God. And the second and Tens at the top of the scoreboard.
Like I said, though, Sen, not out of the woods yet. Loud is still going to be able to have a buy in this round. Loud still have some big ults in this round, and they're getting close to even bigger ones. So Sen need another one to put Loud down.
This entire map has just been non-stop.
Poison orb emitting.
As you said earlier, tooth and claw.
Toxin screen down.
They're just holding, waiting it out. Some spot for info, but neither side really seeing too much.
This time, Sadak has made sure to call for his team to fight aggressive over B control. They use the paranoia as the Viper wall goes up.
It's actually just straight in, just tries to adjust it with the movement. Not there, not enough. John QT. He's good for just the one. Still, it's traded. Player advantage remains now for Loud. TP towards the back of the site.
Sentinels want to play a disadvantaged situation in just the prior, thanks to big individual moments. Sadak does not know where TenZ is.
No.
I mean, he thinks A
don't
is
know.
presumably clear. He thinks they've ulted into B.
Yeah, I mean, look at the entirety of Loud. They're just holding on the staircase because they don't know where he is.
Blood is lost.
30
They're trying to
seconds
clear
left.
him out. Little did I know, A site entirely open. Be able to get that plant off, and now
It's Zelsis up in heaven, who's the
him it.
danger maker.
it is. If Celsius gets one and gets out, just barely missing it.
That's allowed QCK to get into position to
the
use his
info.
showstopper.
Doesn't have that big ult. Let's try and clear out into the side here. Tens. ADS onto the angle. Will he be able to hit the shot? It's going to be a hard one. Out wide. Sadak from behind. Just absolutely destroys him. Now the showstopper. Lets it rip out onto the side, but he knows there's no players there. Him and Sassy now starting to play up towards heaven. Will the fuse still be there in time? Well, it's just a walk to tours. Wrapped it around. They squeezed the heaven players with enough time on the clock here to get the defuse.
It's good. It's not as pretty as the way that Sentinels had their protocols for the A retakes, where they denied heaven control completely. Loud were scrambling a little bit to get back up ramp and back from screens to deny the spam that would have come through, but they got the job done. And Sadak, strangely, ended up being in the perfect position to punish TenZ. So the fight continues. Huge ultimates now, though, again available for Loud. This comp has so many of them. Game-changing ults.
That's what happens when you include the breach into the mix. Early stun. Allows Loud to walk all the way into B main. Fighting heavily for it.
Remember the previous rounds where Sen was supposed to be going for a reactive A, a fast A, and they were scared of less? It's kind of the same situation again. Less cowancy in defending A, but from really far back. And still Sen are a little timid about it, not committing to the site just yet.
Flash through as the wall's about to go down here. No connections though, no players in sight.
And now they've pulled 2Es over. So it's just got a little more difficult to get in.
What is the goal
Surely not.
here?
I mean, how could you follow up on that breach ult?
There's really no one to do so. Zekken making an attempt. Walking into B main, attempting to clear it, but all that play earlier with the stun to set those players up. First kill given over to Loud.
Toxins.
Sen looking a little bit hesitant, a little bit lost.
I think Sentinels are really struggling to figure out
30
what the
seconds
defensive
left.
setup even looks like. But they have pulled out miracles with time low before.
Two players backside in a high-low setup. It's going to make it even more difficult, especially with just the 1-2 years holding in CT. Drop down. Sassy is spammable from that spot. Looks like they don't want to do it. He gets off the plant. There's only 13 seconds left. This really does bring an opening, and yeah, there it is. The players at the back of the side have really just won this round for them. You have to stick it with the Seekers online. It points them directly towards the targets. And there's no chance now for Sentinels. Going to be losing these guns and losing the round. Loud. Even it up. 11-11.
Without even having to use the big ults at their disposal. So there's not even a silver lining here for Sentinels. They are going to be able to buy, and Kaplan's going to have his input. That kill there, QCK onto Zekken, defending onto B main, is massive. So big. Previously, Sen have been able to take B main control kind of whenever they want by just putting up the Viper wall. What an opener for QCK.
Forced to use it.
And still actually quite a lot of economy. Both teams are going to be able to buy every round from now on.
Less with the op.
Did he sell it again?
Not too sure.
Yeah, I think he must have done.
No, he's still got it. It's on the
he's still
ground.
got it.
Yeah. No players over towards A though, so unlikely to get too much done unless they end up working their way back over towards the A side. But this time it's Sen into mid. A chance with a util out into his hands.
But more damage actually done to Zekken than taken.
It was.
Again, less Cowanzine, the two players over defending A in quite passive positions, but it's really difficult to commit A against a breach ult. It's going to be able to buy time for the rotates at the very least. And once more, Sen lean back on the power of this Viper wall, trying to make sure that they get the best out of it.
Flash wasn't deep enough. It does eventually allow Zelsis to clear close into main. They're worried about this smoke.
There's 3 players from Loud on the
is
other
this a
side.
refight? They're close towards it.
Toxins going up.
Wall up. They're going to wait for the smoke to fade and just going to face this one. Yep, Sadak's ahead of it all the way through. Sassy returns to fire. A different target though with QCK dropping in. The players from Heaven now can do really the most. The flash blinding him. Sadak still close to the corner. He's got a third. It's 27 seconds left. Stunned up. Still Calazine finally arriving. The cavalry is here, but it's all up to Sassy. 1v2. Stunned up. Plan going to go off. But it is that 1v2. Seekers grounded as well. So there we go. Pointing towards the positioning of these players, but they're doubled up, grouped up, wrapping towards the back of the pillar. It's being held! And it's not adjusted for it. Calazine, the playmaker there.
And the Brazilian fans
Loving it.
chanting against Sassy in the 1v2 against his former team. The darling of Brazil now on the other side, not able to get the job done. What a round from Sadak. Not only the read that hit was going to come through B main, not only the opening kill as soon as the smoke faded, but being able to get more from the B Heaven push too?
Ridiculous.
While he was just out in the open. They go up to
They're
map
gonna meet.
point.
Big group up onto ramp, and this is it. Exactly right. Josh is map point. QCK. Just the satchel there. He was hoping to maybe just get ahead of everything, but pinged out, waiting for it now. Sen in the util flying. There is that standstill, grasping them, and now the aftershock as well has pushed them wide out into the open where the kills. This time, it's a feed filling up with red. Sadak making the most of it. It's dropped all the way down. That is insane. 2 fast ones rips them apart. Sadak still alive with the shorty. Pick it up, son. Get the upgrade. Get the bloody man. Oh my God.
Who is this guy? Those final 2 quite been able to get the same consistent value as the default comp. I thought we were going to see Sen run the weird stuff today.
Yeah, so did I.
No.
So did I.
What on earth? So no contest over A main at the start, and that should allow this ult op to be farmed. Now, of course, the Phoenix is not going to farm the ult op.
Like we were expecting.
Okay.
It's Sadak.
I mean, the KO ult is amazing. It's the best ult that you have on the attack side. But when QCK only needs 6 orbs, I would expect them to be putting it into the Phoenix.
A lot of space given. Knife towards it. Molly into the back with the aftershock as well. That's going to be supposedly a guaranteed kill, but here we go. Zekken was just tucked to the side, and with a dash to disengage, that's the first kill for him. Calazine trying to reposition now, taking up, re-clearing into mid. He's worried about that flank attempt, his post-plan. It's important now that Calazine stays alive really as well. Zekken knows that he repositioned there.
As soon as this door opens, QCK might just go for the flash.
But it looks like they want to try and fight this one forwards into the smoke. That's a right click from Zelsis. Deals with him handedly now. 2 years locked down into hell. Are they going to clear him out here? Anchoring player towards the back. That's how.
Kawazine's miles away.
And that's a lineup being played by Les. Calazine might be miles away here, but with the orb up as well, on top of that, the lineup, they want to try and push forwards into them. Zelsis, he can't stick to the fuse when this is going on. Time is really running short. Time is really running out. And Les is still alive, weaving all over the place. A knife in action. Half of the defuse. John QT is sticking all the way through. No time. They couldn't do it.
Unbelievable! Loud actually being able to get value here, not from any of the flashes, but from the KO knife on the entry, and then the Viper lineups.
So now immediately, this is going to be rattling questions throughout Sentinels' brains, especially John QT.
Yeah.
It's brought forwards, how do you deal with this comp now? They're going to be thinking, well, now we have to contest top mid. If they ever get into that post plan, we can't let the Viper just get off these mollies.
Yeah, or we have to be extremely rapid on the retake.
Yeah.
And the quicker you are on the retakes, probably the more mistakes you're going to make. Or you have to, you know, not check a certain area because you're going so quick. I mean, yeah, this is going to be a serious test for Sentinels. For the people that come up with ideas on this team, so I'm looking at John Cutie, I'm looking at Zelsis in particular, this is a problem to solve.
It's the same util combo. That is deadly.
God, the
nade, the molly.
So you can't swing heaven. Aftershock for hell, so you can't play hell. They've got so much utility coming through.
Molly behind her too. I mean, it's just a guaranteed kill.
Where do you anchor against this comp? When Loud used to play the default composition on Ascent, back when they had Aspas, Sassy, Pancada, when they won Champions, they were amazing on Ascent. And what they did most of the time was just exec A on their attack side and run a lot of 4-1 A execs. And it sounds super simple, but if you're amazing at them, it's pretty difficult to stop.
Juicy K hunting for the kills. 2 away from the ult as well with his death, only the 1 now. You're right, Josh. It's difficult to stop, especially with the executes. I mean, the util that they just unload. I mean, the key might be just trying to fight over A main.
Yeah, and I think the problem with that is that while Sentinel's composition has the Omen and the KO to fight A main, Loud can just dump Flash, Stun, Aftershock utility in there. I mean, Kawanzine alone has enough util to make it devastating to try to fight A main against that.
In fact, they're already stunning off the rip.
And this is one of the problems. Compositions like this, maybe they're not going to work forever. But at the start of a tournament, when teams don't know much, and you have one really good idea,
it's perfect.
at least one. I mean, we haven't seen all of the playbook by any means from Loud.
It's a healthy bonus round, though, that Loud have got coming into this. There's the ult. They are going to fight over it. Okay, it's a pop flash play with Zek playing off of it.
They're really nice. So they don't fight over A main as in trying to stop Loud from getting it. They re-clear it, pop flash back in, grab a kill, leave. So QCK's not going to be getting up to that ult this round for sure.
Got it for the next. Those teams left in a 4v5. Spamming, hoping, praying. That is so much damage.
And the shock dart.
Here it is. Tweez sidesteps it. Oh my goodness. One step away. They're going to be able to hear this reload now with a knife as well. Do they want to try and go off of this?
The Killjoy's been turned off. Good reactions from John QD, popping both nanoswarms in time.
Delays it for a few seconds at least. Now they're just starting to walk their way in. So that flash rebounds. And through the back as well. Counter flash play once more. That's Celsius just trying to set them up, but he's open to all of them as well as the smoke fades away. Lucky to just grab the 1, but they've still got these anchoring players to deal with. They're stunned. Maybe enough to jump onto them along with the aftershock. Yeah, you have no choice but to try and get out of there. He's still alive. Still survives, but dropped down into the side still here. Close to the smoke. Sassy's low enough here. Kawanzine could grab a second, not quite. Sassy. He's weathering the storm entirely and less low enough here. There it is.
Right here.
Sentinels hold on against a Loud idea on B there that looked fairly interesting. I mean, just trying to contact in a little bit, right? Push the defending players back into backside and then just walk in front side and make the timing unusual, awkward. But this was a round where Sentinels re-clear had already got them into a 5v4. And they were winning a lot of those rounds on split as well. It was the 4v5s where they were struggling when they lost a player early. Now QCK has that ult online. What is their plan with the Phoenix ult?
Immediate knife from Zelsa's close. Just against the wall here.
You can get the molly off before the knife hits.
Second. It's going to be meeting some congestion, and that's just all about the timing through the smokes. Fast now. That's their approach. They're going to try and hold this one down, which, listen, Tens and Zelsa's, they do that. They stop the ult for just a moment here. Aftershock towards the side, but Tens is at the back of Jenny. Dodging the flash. Still alive behind the dice as well. Reposition with the TP. John QT there to help him out.
Great work hard anchoring from Tens. Being able to dodge that flash, maintain control, allow John to come in through heaven. And QCK's ultimate didn't really get too much done because the SEN players were so fast to be able to pivot between the 2 angles that this split was coming through.
Spike down A.
It looked overwhelmingly good from Loud. The pace, the timing was all there, and yet SEN still dealt with it. And just to talk about how unusual this is, last year, Phoenix had a 4% pick rate on Ascent. 4%.
Who's playing that?
Mate, I don't know. Scream?
Where's the 4% coming from?
I don't know.
Yeah. Just a half buy for Loud here. Gonna do some exploration. Do the usual tidy work as well. Make sure they get rid of that alarm bot.
And certainly, even the teams that have run Phoenix on this map before, they haven't run it in this version of the comp. Cowan picks off Zelsis, who was just taking a little info peek out towards Catwalk.
Yeah, interesting angle. Second.
Everybody is one shot to the Outlaw.
Here.
Smoke here. Ping, do they know? Half clearance. It's not being done. It's not being dealt with.
Tragedy.
QCK, he's quick with it.
What a mistake.
And now a potential chance, an opening. Sassy? Who is this guy?
9-1, by the way.
90-degree
Farming.
snap, man. All the way through here. They're still going to be going for the plant, though. Kawazine. A rifle given up over to QCK. 3 away from the ult on top of this one now, but it's up to Tens and Sassy to try and play this retake.
And it's not like QCK could courier the rest of the guns to the rest of his team. So he's the only player with a Phantom.
They want to play up on lane here aggressively.
Cover going out.
Popped up. That clears it, just in case. Odin Spam have to be aware, cautious of that B main player. Of course, they don't know that. Paranoia now moving forwards, and there's that just unconventional angle, still pushing forwards. Another time to be taken to his nails. The shot, a thrifty round for Loud.
And what a disaster from Sen. The previous round, immaculate play to be able to stop an A-split coming through. This round, a bit of a fumble, a half clear, and the whole tower comes toppling down. And this is the play that really did it. I think they assumed they would be able to see the gun barrel if there was a player in the corner.
Yeah.
And they just weren't correct. Now, we don't know how Loud's composition is going to work here. Is it going to be attack-sided, defense-sided? So all expectations are out the window on what a normal result is for the half.
Purely react Andy from us.
Yeah. It has to be when you have comps like this. But major ultimates up. That's a great recon.
And big reveal as well from these players. Admit they still want to take the fight here. 2 years. Just facing them, stunned. A little bit delayed, a little bit late, not quite. Just colliding with the bodies, stopping them in their tracks. They dealt with the market players.
That's an incredible reaction from Loud to go immediately for the fault line and punish those players. They might not even need to use the Rolling Thunder and the Null Command. Those are ultimates that you can build an entire strategy around.
Yeah.
And Loud have just been able to punish Sentinels and get a free A site.
There's another one. QCK might just choose to use this. Yeah, he is. Just in case to clear it. Knife gets a lot of value there, though. Out towards the back of the site. Everybody off site, though, for Sen. Up the space. Sadek with the plant.
Spike planted.
That's looking like an almost impossible retake. 3 players off the site. No intention of taking this into the retake. Not when Kawazine has that Rolling Thunder.
And I think they're going to save.
Yeah.
Loud have just got so much going on. It's not even a problem that QCK has lost his ultimate.
Yeah.
They've got such major tools. Now, there is a question about how this comp is going to work on defense. They don't have a standard Sentinel. They're not going to be able to keep info in, mid with a turret or an alarm bot. So they'll have to be active. But they have a comp that's just got so many flashes. They got 7 flashes to work with.
Yeah. It's insane.
So you could expect them to be re-clearing a lot on defense. And this is now 2 rounds in a row where you could say that Sentinels have been punished or made some kind of mistake that's allowed Loud to get back into the round. And this looked good. The recon dart with the push, I thought that looked like a great idea from Sen. But the reaction, the protocol to punish that was immediate from Kawazine and the rest of Loud.
I was showing Loud with the absolute sucker punch comp to potentially take it in 2-0. Early days yet, but a big lead on their attack side.
And they've got a bait and switch set up here, Sentinels.
Yeah.
They've got Tens, Zeka holding next to each other with the operator.
That's important. They won't expect Tens there.
But at the same time, Loud are not going anywhere near it. We had 3 players bunched up towards Gelato, could have taken a main control, and actually Sadak's taken them towards mid. This Viper wall's lovely as well. They can flash through it, they can drop it whenever they want. Really difficult to contest mid against that.
They're just contacting. Not scared of it, are they? Here we go. No command, let rip. That's going to be catching. Sassy, he's alone, isolated onto the side. He's got so much more to do. Tucked towards stairs.
He dodged it.
Dodged the ult. Straight towards him.
Spike down B.
And Sassy, the one that comes up with the goods. and gets out. Regroup with the rest of his team, but he's made this so much more winnable.
What about Tui's? He's on a lurk down mid right now. If he can catch Sassy or John Cutie, the round could become winnable again.
Balls in the play because they need to get the spike back as well, seeking to just spam when they hear that util, but you're right. 2 years. He can make it winnable, but he has to come alive. Hunter's Fury. One connection down to the B main player. Out wide, John QT, sidestepping, dodging. Paranoia still available. We blind them up, and another smoke as well. Fakes it like he's repositioning. 2 years. Still going to be stuck there. Mid, no longer accessible here, and it's going to make this retake just a bit more awkward. But with the door shut, they maybe don't have to worry about it. Flash play! Less. He plays off of it, picks it apart, and already gains the one, but still the plays now need to get into the side. It's traded. Sadak, he's alone towards the back, and 2 years needs to really speed this one up, because with Sadak dead, it's all on him. Zelzis can stick it, and it's all being covered.
Sentinels navigate the danger, and they're able to convert. I love the pathing from Sadak on his ultimate there, down mid, catching John Cutie, who was trying to play an anti-KO setup in spawn. But the difference maker is Sassy here. Look how close he is to getting caught by the breach.
That's nuts.
And he just sprays him down. I don't know whether this is a read on where the breach ult's gonna come, or just a bit of good luck with where he was positioned.
He's 14 and 3.
He is farming. And I'll tell you what, my favorite statistic is this. Sassy absolutely goated Sova player. You know what his map win rate is on Sova with Sentinels? 0%. Sassy has never won a map with Sentinels playing Sova despite it being his best agent. I don't know why. I actually have no idea.
He's just done him dirty.
Well, it's not his fault.
No, it's not, I know. But
The rest of his team was letting him down last year.
well, here we go, an opening. Straight down mid. One of the difficulties that this Flash comp might have is dealing with these operator players. You don't have the Sova drone, the dart, to just try and clear off the jet operator. Zekken did find a value with it, but they've walked themselves into mid, using the wall just across. TP into the back of the side. John QT, though, he is being assaulted now at a position. The util used, but a bit of a pause again into the play here by Loud. QCK, pop flash. Play around to the sides, gain a bit of space. It's watched for.
Good punish.
Yeah, thought Zekken grabbed that one, but no, it was all Sassy. Just spraying it all the way down. And guess what? John QT is still there towards the back of the site. These flashes are being sent flying long-range artillery. No kills to be gained, but John QT still wants a piece of the action. Up trap, round the side, all the way over him. The Sadak was lost in their source.
The adaptation from Sentinels to pull Zelsis back around so that he can play towards spawn and send these flashes over to help the person on site. Zelsis on his own is counter-flashing enough to keep his teammates alive and force Loud to make plays like this from QCK and 2Es where they're getting over-ambitious, throwing their lives away. And yeah, definitely it doesn't hurt that Sassy's 15 and 4. That definitely doesn't hurt. So Loud for the first time here, getting snarled up. The last 2 rounds not gone their way. Low buy.
They want to fight this? Oh my, and there we go, the punish. Knife connected, of course, but now retreating in order for TenZ. Backs away, does have reinforcements arriving, but they were just there for the orb.
Sentinels had success refighting A main when it was Zekken, because he could dash back out again immediately. But that time it's Zelsis and his feet are glued to the floor, stuck in a molly. And Loud slow things down.
Taking that breather.
Doesn't feel too much like an eco anymore with 3 rifles online.
Now, picking up that upgrade in main. Drone. Don't break it. Spots the 2 of them, and now it really alerts them that it's going to be potentially an A split. Obviously, the option to pivot it up into mid for Loud here. Knife deep, doesn't connect. They waited out with 45 seconds.
TenZ is normally good for 1 here, but has to get off the angle.
Dodges it. Stun though in his face. Is there going to be util once more? Has the TP to just disengage. Zekken goes down.
Punish!
But here we go. He split it up, dividing a fight, and maybe he can create a bit of an angle to try and get something done. No, Kawasaki takes it away from him. Sassy from on high. It's down 2 years.
That is
2v4.
simply filthy. I don't see a way back in for Sentinels here. They'd have to make magic happen from Sassy and John QT.
Oh, for the guns. No one playing in hell. They don't want to get spammed down here. Kawasaki's still holding for this flash as well. There it is. Lines them up, delaying. John QT just making the clearance out towards cap, but this is more and more looking like he might need to save as I say that.
Scanning ahead.
Hello.
Last player standing.
But no, not enough done here. If JohnQT maybe got something else, just got to back away.
And Sassy can't save the Odin, can't save the Op. The kill onto Zekken is outrageous. Because when you look at the way that Loud's comp is structured, they don't have a recon to push away the Opper, they don't have a drone to push him away, they just have to rely on flashes. So when Zekken gets pushed off the angle, he can re-peek. And if you're Loud, you just have to hit the rifle shot. If you don't hit the rifle shot against the Opper, you're stuffed. And that's the shot that the Kawanzin hits to punish Zekken as he tries to get back onto the angle. You see the little message in chat there, actually, from somebody on Sentinels. Didn't catch who it was, saying this util is insane. Yeah.
Just appreciation, you know.
Well, they're trying to come up with ideas on the fly, aren't they?
Yeah.
Sentinels really getting tested here. Oh, Ten's just slipping out.
Still money for the goodbye here. Second this time. Again with the op, but he's stunned up. This is the common position he's been playing. Flashes, sent flying with the molly as well. He can't re-peek off into heaven. Sassy's here. The Odin. What kind of noise cue is he waiting for? The plant? Yes, he is. There's one. No chance to try and walk through the door. There was a timing attempted by QCK. Up top, though. Here it is. Paranoia. Dash
Big
forwards
flash.
into the smoke. No real damage. There's a follow-up. Another flash. Nade on top of it. It's a masterclass of a concoction. But SEN, they take the site by storm.
That's what SEN have been looking for. The retake. And finding ways to make their utility work for them, right?
I mean, this is a treat between both of these teams. You're watching a team in real time having to adjust for this brand new comp. Loud pulling up stuff that has very good ideas. I mean, it seems robust.
It does. It does. Not that that matters too much. We've seen Sadak get really creative with his ways of turning the smaller weaponry into picks. Both teams have.
Let's set up with the Odin, just in case there's a bit of spam coming his way. He's hoping to counter it. Deep drone to set up Zekken now with the op. Gets the tag onto Les. Pushes him away. Zekken can hold that space into B main. That's going to give them a nice little avenue, but mid is being taken now. Paranoia from Tens goes a bit of miss.
And Zelsis is thinking, in theory, they could be walking spawn right now.
Just from that Phoenix wall.
Yeah, Tens and Sassy looking for it.
Here it is. Oh,
This is a fake.
flash through. It's going to be pulling players as well. All eyes towards mid here, just seeking to try and stop this one. But GCK around the side Tens, he deals with it. Might be a fake, but it didn't really pull the players like they were expecting. But they are slowly creeping in through tree. Side by side here, JohnQT. He's still alive. Knife didn't get off here, so he still has his abilities. Might get upwards! Not for him, though. Deals with it with two players falling, eventually traded. Les and 2 years are alive. Smoke up here, but Les is weak. And Tens going to try and make a play here. Plant. Will come through. There's a pit available for Les, but I don't think he wants to use it when he's that low.
Should be Sentinels rounds. Barring a miracle from the Loud players.
Bit of spam here will do wonders. The smoke blocks that dart, potentially here, close to the side. That's a trade into Jen, and yet everybody accounted for. SEN find that 6th round.
And it's the Sentinel QT that stops that fake being useful. Because as QCK sent it down like market and then down towards spawn, the idea is that Sadak wants to lead the rest of the team through catwalk. But they ran into the alarm bot and the turret, and JohnQT then kills 2. Your fake hasn't really worked. You haven't gained enough space off the back of it.
Yeah.
So it's a cute idea, but Sen had the read. Sassy's got up to 20 kills. He's feasting.
Yeah, he's not stopping anytime soon.
Thank you.
Null Commando online, and JohnQT in the radius. Where's the knife?
Backing away. Playing really far back, actually, almost anticipating this one. Yeah, he is. So he's still going to be able to get those Killjoy mollies off. There's a stun towards the side here with a smoke propped up. Sassy spraying away. Damage. Ooh. Tail end of the bullets. Sadek's lucky to be alive here. 2 health. Oh, yay! He did it! Gonna get Red back up and be on full HP.
That's awesome!
That is a crazy play. Still, all this util being combined. There's a Viper's Pit as well. This is a foul concoction, isn't it? All the way forwards here, just trying to fight over the Killjoy. Set up this lockdown, close in the corner. They're really defending this one. And Junior's detained. There was a chance. But that's what it will get left at. Second. ripping off the heads. Sadak towards the side. It's a double face for Sen to claim it. 7-5 in this first half. This has just been electric.
And Sentinels, again, with the pace increase. That round was so quick. Fighting inside
Switching
the Viper ult,
sides.
making sure that the lockdown could go off. Really good defense of that lockdown, making sure that there was no opportunity for Loud to win that. And the Viper post plant seemed potent on the pistol round, and yet we hadn't really seen it at any other point in the map.
Really
7-5. Who's in the lead?
Go on.
Already is. This is a stacked group. The game
is.
later should also be ridiculous.
Probably the most stacked group that we've got in Americas, I think, but here we go. Timers ticking down, beginning of the round. No fast plays in sight.
Les has bought a sheriff. I mean, it's like the most defensive agent that
Yeah.
Loud have, and he's chosen not to go with Viper Mollies.
Incredibly based.
Yeah, it
I
is.
love pulling out the sheriff purchase on the pistol. Jump spot, 2 years sees it. They want to punish this actually. There's a dash active. Second, he's waiting for the flash as well into his own smoke. Gonna be the counter play. Damage through the smoke. Sadak lucky. He can just hop away with barely an injury.
Celsius looking to see if there's going to be any kind of pop flash play through the smoke. I think that's extremely likely. I mean, they still
Volley.
have so
Stun,
much use.
paranoia, nades. It's all being combined. And Loud got everything to deal with this one. Smoke in their face as well. Celsius is completely isolated away. Damage being done. John QT knocked down to absolutely almost anything. They're just spamming away into the smoke. Maybe Celsius can get lucky. Bit of RNG, maybe with a clacky. He's dodging all these bullets well enough, but still only good for the one. It's traded out wide. Turret dealing with it, sticking it. 2 years, only 2 bullets left, and it's not gonna be enough. Pistol round for Loud.
And I gotta agree with Sentinels. This util is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, the setup, the Phoenix mollies even just on their own are cooking. I mean, that's like almost the last piece of util that you think to optimize when you're thinking about running a Phoenix on the map, but it's getting so much value.
It's the first line of it. Forces them into hell if they are there. Then the KO nade comes in.
Yeah.
Forces them into that. With the paranoia, the blind, they don't know what's occurring.
Yeah. And you just don't know which areas Loud are going to send the utility because Sen haven't practiced against this before.
Yeah.
So you don't know where's safe. But yeah, that's Loud with both pistol rounds, which is going to be huge for them.
Stun refight. Less. It's there, but eventually respecting them. Just backing away here, including dash being used, but end of the day, still just an eco for Sen and a refight. Les is just re-clearing it immediately. He is fearless.
The more kills that QCK gets, he could very quickly get up to an ultimate on the bonus.
2 players spotted. This is Les just pushing him down, man. I mean, with the Spectre from this range, still risky business, but he's getting away with it. Sends a CP deep
Yeah, and
tree.
he's been caught.
Spotted now, though.
Yeah.
Careful.
Didn't get caught by the knife, but got caught with the eyeballs.
That's nice.
Less being punished, they might think the B is open. Cowan Zin's still home, though.
There's a lot of util to his name on top of it, so...
And just while we have a bit of downtime in this round, look at the Viper wall. This is not a common one. I haven't seen too many other teams use this, but it lets you fight mid. It has a bit of protection over catwalk. Good protection
30
for
seconds
B main.
left.
Like if you exec B, you have to go through it twice, through lane as well. Disgusting Viper wall that Les has cooked up.
Difficult challenge here. 17 seconds. Door closed, second.
They can get a plant.
They can get a plan, yeah. With the door closed, they're not going to suspect.
10
I think
seconds
that,
left.
okay, well, a market player, John QT rejoins him onto the site. Nice connects here. Enough time for the plan on top of it. Had to be extra short. There was nobody back site. Swapping around the guns for the healthier player. John QT, what can you do? It's 4 players that are running at them in a whole cacophony of utility waiting for them. Flash, just dodge for a moment, but you can't dodge the bullets. QCK. Nasty, nasty stuff. Up to the ult.
Yeah, Orb Max in again. They let QCK take first contact. He's already picked up a couple earlier on in the round. And now the Phoenix Cell online for the bonus round. What do you do with this, though? Like, you don't want to push out too far on a Sen defense. You don't have a dash to follow up on any of the flashes. Maybe you just use it for retake?
Yeah, refighting main as well. Maybe if you hit him using the util.
Yeah. Go in there based off a stun and a flash.
Yeah.
And not be worried about losing a player. Or possibly you could tiles crunch by running your Phoenix down
Wait a
mid.
second. Where's all this going?
Just hold
And
W.
there's 3 players at the top mid. Suda maybe going to be waiting. Potentially, Sassy's here. He's holding for all of this. A flash on top of it, just combining all of it. And they're out of there. Yep, they
That's
don't
bad.
want anything to do with it.
And a different Viper Wall from Les that actually covered top mid, so they weren't worried about that position. And
one
they have to go
is-
through it twice when
it's
trying to
nasty.
take A main.
Yeah, it's nasty.
And look, Loud are ready to try and collect the React A push.
Already there.
They're already, there's 4 of them in tree. All right, but now it comes down to the mid-rounding, and Sentinels slowing things down are going to spread back out around the map. Tens is staying A main though, so they've always got the opportunity to go back to A. I think Loud will be pretty happy to play a B retake at this spot though, especially with the Phoenix ult. So Sadak doesn't need to call for his team to spread.
In the middle of all of that, Sen, they lost mid control. They lost B main control. They're going to have to clear this together. But if they use util, they reveal their hands, so they're just walking for now, waiting for it. Now there's a flash. That was used, actually sent out flying, I think, by Sadak, and he got all the noise cues. Updraft on top of it. Now the drone being used to send straight through. It's a deep smoke to actually just try and play out. That was 2 years sending that one.
Yeah, threatening that Sadak could try to get in. But they're not going to go for it.
No, it's going to be the full retake, and why not? VCK has the Phoenix ult.
Alarm bot out.
Yeah, I think this could get dangerous, even with the lower weaponry there.
It's going to be on 10s, I think. Playing himself there into B main. Flash, Sen flying, so now he's revealed his position. There's Sen fighting over it. Really aggressive into the front of the boathouse. Not going to be shying away. Beautiful kills from Les, but it's not really quite good enough because it's just left it up to QCK. Flashing through. Dealt with!
This kid can frag.
He really can. What a nice round by Sen.
Now Loud are going to get rifles on board. This game still dangling on a thread. Les back to running that B wall. So maybe the A wall is only for pushing aggressively. And I think John called a beautiful round there. Really making sure that he didn't fall into the trap that Sadak had set up. And Kaplan's pretty happy.
And that presence of mind to really slow
Mustachioed
down the middle of it.
mastermind. Yeah.
He is copying us. Standard dart. Make sure to clear through into mid. No kill though. Lucky to be alive. QCK.
They give up all mid control based off the back of that though. And one of the big things about this Viper wall is that QCK can call for it to drop so that he can pick the timings that are best for him. It always favors the team that controls the wall. But now that he's been pushed so far back, that's not an option. Is John just setting up for a lockdown play B main here?
Kawazine is playing the role of a turret here, and when he takes contact, there's going to be spam from Les with the Odin.
Paranoia forced out over towards Catwalk, as Loud had that area of the map threatened.
Sending it now. Yeah. Lockdown through B main. Seconds through as well for the B split. Extra element into the mix. Les running back. Is there going to be the gap to play in? There's a molly. Really good timing from that one, and he is fully blinded up. That's 10s with the util. Excellent stuff.
30 seconds left.
Great positioning from Celsius. He's got a second to swing off as well.
Yeah, man down now. Aftershock flash. Looks like a fast play into this one, but they weren't accounting for that close corner as well that's being played because the door, it hasn't been opened. Didn't break the market door. And Sadak now has to consider, what the hell do I want to do here? I've got to judge. Kawazine 2, you've got to save it. Only 350 credits.
Second round in a row here where John has cooked up a really nice counter to what Loud are doing. Sentinels are taking quite a lot of mid control, threatening Cat, keeping players pinned on A, and then they manage to end B, and there's nothing that the Loud anchors can do. You know, they didn't have a setup to be able to break the lockdown, no ability to fight over B main, and that's a freebie.
Yeah.
Especially with Les getting stuck in the corner. It felt like Les was expecting to be able to get a kill with his Odin by spamming, and so hoping that he would just go 1-for-1 even though he got detained. Ooh. But this comp is getting locked out. If you thought that all of the flash utility would help you retake B, that is proving not to be the case so far. And Sen are squeezing out some good value from the default composition.
Just by bringing these rounds to a crawl. buy is a little bit odd. Just with the guns that were saved by Loud. Not everybody has a rifle. Again, wait in and out. This time, the deep dart. Taken out. Sentinel's going to be aware of the fact that there could be a player pushed down mid, but it's just Second who's posted up there. Now, later in, about 20 seconds in, we're going to see that re-clearance into main. Oh, flash play. Sadak listening for the noise cues.
Sassy meant to miss that jump. It's actually a very elaborate bait. You wouldn't understand.
It's hard to do. At least the silent jump.
The silent one.
Suppressed.
Okay, so drone cancelled. Sadak gets a little bit of information, but this isn't where Zekken is. This isn't where the team is planning to finish. So things are still being disguised here for Sentinels.
Might be running into the judge.
Is there going to be...
Oh, boy.
No,
Sadak is there. The spike's been dropped down on top of it. UCK with the molly. Just denying any chance of that. Trying to be a split into the side here. That's a no command! And the shotgun's repositioned! That's dirty, man. It's disgusting. It's devastating. Turns TV's forwards, though, into his own smoke. That's matters into his own hands, and he wants to have another go of it. Sadak shutting it down with a rifle upgrade! And the ace pulled out of nowhere.
That's a filthy good ace from Sadak. The first couple of kills just with a good read, and then the reposition is great as well. Sentinels were not fast enough to capitalize on the info about the judge being in one area. Sadak had already got the read. Sadak's mechanics look so clean.
They look so good. So damn good.
I thought
by power. They're getting their money's worth.
Oh, they certainly are, yeah. Zekken's got the knives this round, and they're not playing very passively to start the round.
They're all the way in. QCK though. Flashed and connected, I believe. They were sent flying over to the top, and there's a lot of players in mid. They're ready to receive this one, but they're just trying to reactively take that space. In through B. Plant's probably going to be going down.
Tens is cooking.
Tens is more than cooking, maybe overheating.
Spike planted.
But you have to take risks when you lose a player like that. Just trying to make the most of this. John QT forced to run to the side. Paranoia sweeping through, and he's worried about the market players pushing forwards. There's two more players to meet him. They're more than aware of it. That is nice at least to just grab the one, but it leaves it just out of Sassy now, and it's a 1v4. The guy has been a menace, but what can you really do? Running and cutting seems to be the aim of the game. Deals with him. Loud, equalizing to 9-9.
Speeding things up on the defense worked when they could put more pressure onto the Loud post fight. But speeding things up at the start of the round is just going to run you into traps that you can't anticipate when you play against a comp that you've never seen before. Like they're not thinking about the fact that QCK actually has a little pocket with the Viper wall, so he can't get flashed. Like, look at this at the start. He's playing anti-flash inside the Viper wall. Like, there's just no shot there that you're catching him. So, you know, that's one round where there's just too many people fighting over mid, and Sentinels didn't realize. They put their eggs in an explosive basket, and it blew up in their face. So I think the more cautious approach is generally going to be better for Sentinels. Here, the recon darts got broken, so Sen should expect someone to be playing close mid.
No way. No way. It's a refight out. They're just trying to play it through into Cat. Not getting punished. Still, they hold their ground. Spike dropped down onto Cat. They weren't expecting it, but that's the power of this comp. You have so many flashes. And you can double controller. You get exactly pick and choose your timings.
Yeah, you pick when the Viper wall goes down, and they just exploded onto them. Now Sen are left reeling. I mean, they're trying to take some map control on the other side, assuming that Loud are playing over the spike. I mean, the spike looks like a secondary objective at the moment.
Yeah, it does.
Just littered around the map.
Tens has got the ult to pick it back up if they want to make a go of it. Gonna see if they can take out some of these players as well that are just anchoring, but less tucked to the side. Flash play just wasn't accounted for. Tens, he's all over the place.
What a read in this round from Loud.
Yeah.
They fight over mid, which is where Sentinels were trying to go in the previous round. And then they know that they're going B. They just feel it in their bones that Sen are going to finish B and try and use the Omen ult to pick up the spike. And so Loud had 4 players ready to collect that. Look at this though, the Viper wall goes down, 2 players pushing out with the paranoia from Catwalk, and then flashes in mid. And Les is just chuckling to himself as John Cutie walks out.
Looking icy with it. A lot of ults for Loud here. Now the map might be just getting out of hand for Sentinels. Potentially even the series. Second.
All of these fast plays, they're just not quite working. Loud have got the correct response. Again, Loud are not playing in uncomfortable territory right now. They know what to do against this default comp. So all of the protocols seem really good.
Trying to be used. Duration running out though. Tag up.
This has pulled people away from B.
So that was the goal. Look at that. Paranoia aftershock just to really pull that util out. But guess what? Like you're saying, Spike. Opposite end of the map here.
Drop the spike.
Sen's going to be potentially clearing the back of the side here with assault. Yes, he is. Sends it in. Doesn't see anybody for now. Waiting it out.
They're just not confident that the fakers work. They're taking so long to get in. And what this means is that the retake is going to come through quickly and with a lot of power, because everyone from Loud is going to be in position, ready to go as soon as the spike is planted.
They're all playing in main.
Yeah.
This is the adjustment.
Well, they have to play away from the breach ult, don't they?
Exactly, yeah. I know the util's just far too much. Hunter's Fury from far, far away here. Rolling Thunder on top of it, tries to set it up. Colliding and collapsing, but those aren't really kills. Just dropping a player as well. And the ult that's from on top of it. Kalazine is just running all the way forwards. Another bit of util in his hands, but his teammates are just watching the right angles, collecting up the kills. So the fuse coming out, and they need to try and stop this one. Just can't get past less. That next line of defense, just watching for the right angles. The 11th round for Loud, and they are running away with us now. This is the series in their grasp.
And Sen have a good idea there. We want to play offsite. We want to avoid the breach ult and the Phoenix ult, and then we want to be able to fight back in. But they're too late. The timing is off. They weren't able to help their players that were on site. And instead, we just saw 3 people kind of turtled up in B main with no way of being able to stop this defuse. At this point, the round's already over, despite the fact that Sen still have most of their team alive. And Loud are throwing too many threats out there for Sen to deal with. We're back into the round. Zelsis has his ult online.
Plays into mid. Op though. For QCK, you're not going to expect this, are you?
The thing is, too, now the KO ult is actually not hugely beneficial. It doesn't turn off Killjoy utility, Cypher trips, that kind of thing.
Spots it. Offloading the pit here. Ult was not online here. Updraft. Dash now active too, but how do they want to clear this one with the Paranoia? Drone potentially available to them, but does it really cut into it? Zelsis has been dropped less. He's got a shorty in his hands. Adjustments, but only 2 bullets to really do the damage, and they're dropping all sorts of players. John QT gets the res up onto Zelsis, but it's just a second lease of life on him that's quickly ended. Second. So much util. Enough to just clear him all the way out. The flash is sent flying over the top, and they don't want anything to do with this site.
Look how good the Phoenix wall even is there to threaten that they could be flooded in.
Back away.
Has taken position and
He's
gotten
aware.
information.
Fully aware.
Sen are getting herded around the map.
Now just into mid, playing around. Only 30 seconds left. 2 year spots, just one of the heads
30
crossing
seconds left.
over towards the A site. Sends out the smokes as well. All this delay, and even buying time as well for this rotation. Sadak is going to be here. Breaking the window, just trying to run it forwards as well, but no trade in sight. 2 years. Seeking the reposition. He's playing with the rest of his team now. Maybe a plan to Naya with the nade. Not quite, doesn't quite catch. Still, they have that player advantage, and Loud should be set up.
Two flashes, a stun. Loud get into position.
And here it is. Stun's there. Dart to account for it. 3 players at the door though, and it's only Zekken just holding close to the corner. He's just immediately cleaned up. Shugdar didn't clean up the kill, but it's only just Sassy collecting it, not planning for them. Sadak diffusing, sticking, knows his teammates have got it all the way through. He's got half, running backwards and forwards, half of it already. Oh, it's all over. The util is simply too much to overcome.
Match point.
That's going to force a timeout from Sentinels. They've lost 5 rounds in a row. 3 of them to retakes. They can't stop it. And you're right, the utility is powerful, but also look at the way that Kawanzin gets in through door. That's not a flash. He's just brute force bulldozing his way through, trusting in his teammates to trade him out. And this is the thing, that this unorthodox composition. And Sen are struggling to keep their heads afloat. Treading water right now.
This could be it. Slipping point for the map, for the series. Loud. in that driving seat. SEN flying, Sadak. Talk about unconventional. I mean, he's got the operator in his hand, but he's going to respect it when he hears his util being used.
Kawanzin's got a great stun line up here, and he doesn't even need it. Who's expecting Sadak to pick up the AWP? Aspas who?
You just don't expect it. First kill for Loud. Tiny angle, but QCK just enough. Collects another. 3 players left to stand against this one. 3 players from SEN to try and stay alive in the series. But they're being worked, pushed and pulled into all the places, and Loud are expecting it now. Paranoia in the hands of 2 years. Jump spot from Kawazine, waiting for the contact play with the flash over the top. Sending the util, another kill, claimed 2 stand. 40 seconds left, it's desperation. Contact plays through and through. Hunting for a kill.
And it looks like
30
vindication
seconds left.
for Loud. Massive player advantage, a match point, the stun as well. Pressure onto Zelsis, time running low.
All the awareness in the world, 20 seconds, like you said, the time running low, close to the corner, it's only Zelsis. An impossibility to really do the most now. Spike in his hands, but players are quickly approaching his position, and all it takes is that. Loud take it 2-0.
With Sadak securing the final kill,